Hi everybody, it's Susan from Sunrise Quilt Studio. Today I am doing some quilting on the long arm. This is a small baby quilt size quilt that I made with some of the blocks from the Stash Buster series of 2020. So I hope you'll stay with me and I'll show you what I'm doing with this quilt. I am working on one of my Stash Buster block quilts. This one has sailboats and stars, and this one is a crystal star, and I'm going to try and keep the quilting easy, not necessarily light, but it's going to be easy quilting. I'm not doing the heirloom type thing, so I'm going to do some continuous curves around the star points at this point. And right, so far all I've done is I've stitched in the ditch around the top border, and that's about all I've done. I haven't done anything else, so I'm just kind of winging it here, so let's see how this goes. Okay, there we go. Now I'm a little bit rusty, so it's not the smoothest work I've ever done, but I need a piece of chalk. I'm going to find the center and see if I can do that. Okay. And what I'm going to do is a loop in here. And I'm going to go around the outside with that loop too, so I'll show you what I'm doing here. Well, let me do the center first, because you see that. That makes kind of like a little flower type design in there. And then for in here, I think I will just do some more continuous curve. Okay, so got through that whole star. Now I'm going to work on the background, and I'm going to go ahead and break my thread actually, and I'm going to do a combination throughout this whole top. I'm going to do some loops and some crosshatch. And in these flying geese units, I'm going to do the loops, and then in these squares, I'll do the crosshatch. So I'm going to see if I can get around. I don't think I can get around this block in one pass, but let's see how that works. Let me go ahead and do a loop. This isn't the most ideal way to do this. I'm going to cross here because I also want to do crosshatch here. And I think let's see, I'll go over here. Now I'm going to back up. I'm going to zoom out, that's what I'm doing, and see if you can, hopefully you can see this a little better. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm doing some crosshatch in the background along with some of the loops. And so it's just going to be a combination of loops and continuous curves and crosshatch. So that's what will be going on throughout this quilt. So I have over here, you can see I've got more crosshatch done. I'm trying to avoid stitching in the ditch in the white squares because that'll kind of mess up the look. So I'm traveling around a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on the border. I just have a small 2-inch border here. It's not very big. And I had trouble deciding what I wanted to do with it, but I think I'm just going to put some swirls in here. This is a small quilt with 8-inch blocks, and they're set 3x4, so it's you know, a crib size or baby size quilt. I just chose 3 of the blocks from the Stash Buster series. I've got a crystal star. I've got this is basically a sawtooth star. I think this one was called Squares and Points, and then I have the Mayflower block. So I've named this one Sails and Stars, and I'm going to just start my swirls here. So they're going to alternate. One's going to go to the left, the next one will go to the right. I am using an Omni thread in cream, and I'm going to go in regulated mode. Okay, one thing I am doing is I am watching my piecing. These are like 2-inch squares. This is like a 4-inch rectangle, so I'm trying to space my swirls within the 2-inch marks. Now you can always mark your borders if you want with those markings, and you know, give you a little more security. I am just watching the piecing and doing the best I can to stay within that 2-inch line there. Okay, now I'm going to head down the side here. Much better. Okay, now if I do a square and a square, I really don't want to carry this white thread through the purple, even though it's, you know, I'm quilting with this. I don't want a line that just goes this far and then stops. So I'm going to go ahead and cut thread and then restart here. And then I'm going to sew from point to point and use my ruler with that. Okay, and I'm not sure what to do with my chalk. Here we go. Okay, and I want to find the center again, which would be right about there and here. Okay, so then I'll do that same design. Okay, so there we go with that. Now this would be a good block just to do an overall, you know, an edge-to-edge design. But that is not my favorite way to quilt, so I'm going to bypass that for this one. Stitch over to here. Okay, and we can take a look at this. Okay, so there is that block. I did the loops in the flying geese area, and then I did crosshatch everywhere else. So the next block I want to try is the Mayflower block. Okay, the Mayflower block is here. I've already done some of the background with the crosshatch. Mayflower is a boat, and I'm going to do some continuous curve in the sails and probably some continuous curve here on the corners of the boat, and then maybe just do some crosshatch and just kind of see what that looks like.
Thanks for watching. For more quilting ideas, click on the video links. And to keep up with my latest projects, click on the subscribe button. I hope to see you again soon.